All right, so today's video, we are watching a Gold 2 DPS on PC playing Venture, Sierra, and Bastion. Quite the hero pool there on Circuit Royale. Wow, okay. It says, good morning. This was a long, close game, my friend, and I had. I thought you were saying my friend. Like, this was a long, close game, my friend. No. This was a long, close game my friend and I had. It started with us blaming the Torb for throwing and almost losing on the first push. However, he locked and we full pushed with 6 seconds left. I'm still learning Venture, and our tank is learning Hog. However, the enemy team made a swap or two and started putting up a real fight on defense. This game was very close, so I won't tell the ending. However, our teammates were flaming our tank for not swapping off Hog and doing Orisa, even though Hog was getting kills and making space. I'm still learning proper game sense for the higher ranks and would love your feedback. All right, let's see how this goes. First feedback I have for you, Venture on first point Circuit Royale attack can be tough. I just want to point that out. I just want to point that part out here. But we'll see. I do like your pathing. You're going to the left side, which again, this is a way to go. I mean, your pathing was good. I just want to point out to you that if there was anybody here, you would be a really rough spot. So I want you to think about that. Remember, you can drop down and go through this little hallway, and there's a little small doorway up here, which you would get a free kill into a Widow. But just to show you here, you can go through this small area here. See? Like, there's an area to go. But anyway, let's go back to the Venture and see what they do. So far, I mean, this is working, so, I mean, I'm not going to hate on that. The Widow's right below you. Yep. Literally directly below you, the Widow. Let's go and get that Widow right now. There's a free kill and a Widow. You're on Venture. So right below you, there's a Widow. You can hear the Widow now. The Widow's... Okay, we're going to... So you want to go into their team because you're not playing... Okay, so... While I don't mind you doing this occasionally, I want you to go into this room. Yes, there you go. Your Domina and Juno made it over there before you, and you're... Okay. There you go. Nice. And then this is what I wanted the whole time. See? And now you're behind them. Look it. Nice. There you go. That's what I wanted you to do from the get-go. Remember the melee? Yep. Great job. But you could have done that way sooner, by the way. Good job going under the... Do you still have it? I was going to say... Does anybody know the math on that? If you go under the map there, can you, like, counter the ultimate by just staying under the ground? If I'm correct? I think you can, right? Like, I don't know the exact timing, but technically you would just, like, let it be on you for a second and then go underneath last second, and that should counter it, if I'm thinking about that correctly. Or your teammates can shoot it. Yeah, until after the explosion. That's what I'm saying, yes. So, like, don't go up until it's done, and then you can just time it to go underneath before, like, it would go off, and then you'd be fine. So, like, you know, with 2 seconds left or something. Okay, so because they're not playing on the bridge, is it possible to go up here? Does anybody know? I'm always wondering. Can you go up here and then go over the top like that? You can also just go over here and then go over the top and then go out behind the bridge. I think you can, if I'm correct. I will admit there's a reason why I don't know too many rollouts on Venture on Circuit Royale, because it's Venture on Circuit Royale. So that's why. Yes, you can. Okay, so there you go. So you can go over the top there. So stop kind of like going to this one spot, because I just feel like if you were to do this consistently in other games, you would get punished for it. So, like, this is, yeah, see? You're kind of doing the same rotation. You need to, like, it's all about setup time and getting to good spots. Right now, you're going to the exact same spot over and over again. Change it up a little bit. You know, get underneath them. I mean, at the very least, you could... Well, let me wait till you get over there, and I'll show you what I mean. Like, at the very least, you could... Like, you could, when you get over here, you could go over here and, like, be annoying underneath here, right? Like, you can get to spots like, you know, you go up here and then you just dash down, you go into the room and, like, yeah, they see you use your cooldown, but maybe they get you baited to you now, right? And that would create angles for your teammates. Obviously, you want to time that, but there's things you can do rather than just go up here and sit here, is all I'm getting at. And that's something to kind of look at. So, yeah. But right now, you're doing a lot of the same stuff. I mean, I haven't even seen you use your shift to go into people and then do damage. Like, your rotation is use shift randomly and then go to your spots. I mean, you can ult this. They have no Domina shield. Like, this is an ult spot. They're all lined up for it. I mean, this is an ultimate if I've ever seen one. And you're playing like a spectator right now. You're waiting on everybody else to do something on your team. Good job helping your teammates. Remember, For people who don't understand the interaction, when you get Domina ulted, you just get your teammates to shoot the Domina ult, and then that will, and I think if you shoot it too, it will like basically counter it. So that was a good job of doing that. Notice how your gameplay loop has been, like, wait till I introduce you to this part of the map. It's gonna be so sick once you discover there's a whole part of the map over here. Right now, your spot is here, and then accidentally here. So. Okay, ready? The Domina shields are down. Oh. I don't even know if it'd be a good ult. I just want to ult. Oh, this is gonna be a sick ult. This is gonna be a sick ult. Oh, look at, they're lined up. There was no Domina shield. Okay, you went to here now. Oh, it's time. It is time. Oh boy. Okay. Yep, so if they're in a small area with no cooldowns to stop them, you have to pop your ultimate. Like, straight up. And, like, that's it. Like, there's no other way to put it. There's so much opportunity. You're basically being a spectator right now. This is the ult. That's gonna get a kill, by the way, chat. Now, you notice how that got a kill? Imagine that, like, before when we were calling that would have been many more kills. And you would have won already by at this point. You see why I'm so adamant about that? Good kills, but that's why I wanted you to do that much sooner. They don't have much escape routes. That's usually like the telltale sign for me, you know? Okay. What's the plan here? Now, what I would do, rather than sit here, which is a much more advantageous spot for them to see you, regardless of what they have popped ult-wise, go over here. You have a health pack right here. You have the ability to disrupt any off angles. You have the ability to rotate out if need be. But, like, you're going to the most obvious and safe spot that, like, even if I have a hero that's good at this spot, I hate being in this spot. It is so tough to deal with. So, again, something to kind of look at. Now, remember, you can, if you want to be more disruptive, you can use your shift into their team. You play very scared, it feels like. Now you're playing aggressive. Yes. See, I watch these moments, and I just wonder why you're afraid to do that more often. Look what you've done. You distracted them around to get the kill. The Widow's now stuck on you. Your teammates are still battling on first point. Now you're going to go into their team, do a huge shift, and then again, you're back to square one of doing a bunch of damage. Even though you get killed there, look how much impact you had when you were involved in the team fight, rather than sitting there playing Sniper Venture. Like that, those are you said nice sequence? Exactly. Those are what I'm talking about. Those are what you want to do. Those are the plays. So, all right? That's what I want to see more of and less of the other stuff. It's time. Huge ult. Okay, I like what I'm seeing. Again, you're in their back line. You're getting kills. This is great. Now you can flank behind with your ult, and you should be able to win this team fight if you even need the ult. Go under, go under. There you go. This is what I'm talking about. Now you're way more aggressive in the backline. Again, is it perfect gameplay? No, but like, do you see the difference between when you're actively making a play and just sitting there playing Sniper Venture? Right? This is what I'm talking. You have a hard time knowing when to be aggressive. I think it's more about this. If you're having a hard time knowing when to be aggressive, and this is, I think, the best way to kind of explain it, it means you don't know how to get to like the back line. Because when you're in the back line, the opportunity to know when to be aggressive is much easier, right? Like, it's on your terms on when you engage. And the problem is you're not putting yourself in those spots. You're just staying still. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you know how you kept going to that high ground roof and you were just standing there, Nova? Right? That's what I'm talking about. Like, you had so much time to get behind them throughout that whole process. So you don't know how to be aggressive because there's no obvious aggressive point to you, but it's because you're thinking about what's in front of you and you're not thinking about what happens if I get behind them. Then that becomes a lot easier to decide in your aggression, okay? This one, the last two like sequences you've had that were good, you ended up behind them because you knew that, and then you were aggressive because you knew you could pick and choose your timings. So it's more about path into the correct spots and then using those spots to your advantage. You're not doing that, right? So you're getting stuck waiting for something to happen, and then you get aggressive, and then you end up behind them because you win the team fight, and then everything's a lot easier. So yes, you want to think about getting behind them and taking much safe, taking path and that gets you there, right? That's why your gameplay's improved a ton here, is because you're constantly behind them, so you're able to get aggressive whenever you want to on your terms, and that's what matters. See what I mean? I'm not saying this was the perfect, this didn't look like the best play ever, right? But like, you see what I mean? That was on your terms. You're a part of the map, right? And there you go. See? Good job. How do they live that? I mean, honestly, just maybe that extra shield. All right. You notice how this has been like a night and day difference of your gameplay since we watched it on the beginning? The difference is you're being behind them. Yeah. You said, to be fair, that map isn't the easiest. You're talking about all the way on left side over here, all the way back in first point. Yeah, that's why I don't prefer this hero on this map. But you can go over here, right? You can go up through here on the window and get stuck here in the corner for a second. You can go underneath here, right? And do this. You can do this. There's ways to get there. It's not about, you have to think about ways to path there. And if every point has pathing to get there. Is some of it more obvious? Yes. But again, like, I feel like when you get, if you climb more, you're just going to eventually not play Venture as much on attack first point Circuit Royale. Here we go. No worries, Tomo. All right, let's see what happens here. Much better go with things. Go up top now. Yes, there you go. Perfect. Now you're aggressive. Now you can set the tone. They're worried about you more than you're worried about them. See? Win or lose this team fight, this is still good. Now, this is where you made your mistake. Next time okay, so the mistake you made here, you want to go for their backline. Who was getting blamed this game? The tank, somehow. But basically, you want to go for the backline rather than go into the team there. I think if you trade the backline here, you have a much easier time of winning this team fight. Maybe you get a kill on the Echo. Maybe you get a kill on the Ana, who's right here. You get a kill on all of them. But going into their team, honestly, kind of played into what they were doing. So, yep. Yes, because if you trade there, I mean, look at it, ended up being a 3v3 after that. Imagine you killing their backline. That's how you win those team fights. So, is Hog against Domina good? Yes, because you can hook through the shield. Like, one singular shield break, you can hook through it. It's like an interaction they let happen. So, I mean, that was a good play by the Echo. I don't really know how to, like, tell you on that one, because I feel like that just came down to a 1v1 you needed to win. Even if you burrow quicker, then you give up on that team fight quicker and you lose it anyway. So I feel like that was one of those, Echo played it better than you. But either way, you capped the point. It wasn't amazing. Your score line did pick up over time, so obviously, like, that's good. But, like, I want you to remember that first point and the second and third point out of you and recognize how much difference that was. This is in gold, yes. And we're giving feedback on everything for this one, so we'll see. All right, here we go. Now you're on Venture on defense. Let's see how you set up. We get a vacation soon? Heck yeah, CJ, let's go. Now we wait. I mean, even now, this is good. You're in their back line. They're distracted by you. And you get out. Do you see the difference, by the way, of what I'm saying? Of, like, when you're in the back line and you say you don't know how to be aggressive, it's because you're not putting yourself in the spot to be able to be aggressive. Look what happens now when you're back here. Now, obviously, I want you to remember that, like, going to the same spots over and over again can make this a little bit more obvious. So you need to be careful of, like, overextending your stay in this spot, which, I mean, could happen very quickly here. So you want to make sure you get out. Remember, you're pathing out to the left, or I guess this could work. Not my favorite, but again, like, be careful of going to the same spot over and over again is all I'm getting at. I do like you taking the angles. Your team ends up losing the team fight, so everything kind of settles a little bit. So there you go. They have a favorite room? Oh, I noticed. I need to watch this some of the Vendetta gameplay, because Vendetta is one of the heroes I need my play the game on, and it hasn't been going well so far, because I don't play that hero a ton. Good kill on the Echo. That was nice. Go under the map. You're going to be fine. Now, you could have went to the point. I don't know if the timing would have been perfect, nor would it have mattered, but I don't know. It's up to you. If you're going to be here, Okay, I mean, if you play to the health pack and survive this, that could be okay. Not the best indecisiveness. That was we had a front row seat to indecisiveness. You got to be decisive in your play. Whether you make a good play or a bad play, you need to be decisive with it. Otherwise, you get stuck in the mud. And that's basically what happened there. You didn't know what to do, and you spun in circles, made a decision last second, and then just fell over. So Sierra time. Pretty straightforward. Hit your right clicks, hit damage, do a lot of damage in general.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
Glad you throw the grenade at the floor. Remember, the grenade is like a shockwave. That honestly was just a good play by their Orisa. Sucks that your cooldown timing was down, but it's a shockwave, so you want to throw it at the floor, not at them like you would emray. A lot of people get confused in that one, so just remember to do that in the future, okay? Okay.
Right there when I need you.
You're going up. I mean, this is a good pick. I mean, right now you're doing what you got to do. You just sit on high grounds, you're doing damage. I don't really have any issue yet. Obviously, you want to be more accurate with your right clicks. Be patient with it. I always just give that like feedback because that's something that whenever I miss by a mile on something, it's just because I'm like trying to like, I'm basically like thinking ahead and not thinking about hitting the dart first. I'm thinking about what I do when the dart hits. And I think that's where you need to kind of like change the mindset of let the dart hit first, then react. Don't mind the ultimate around the corner. Tough get out. Good job. Good play. Using your mobility to get out. Not perfect on the escape route. So think next time to maybe put your escape route in a little bit better spot. I know you kind of got there, but always think of a way to disengage out too properly, because when you do that, you're going to be in a really good spot also. All right? So, okay. Here we go. Things are still going. Scoreboard looking solid so far. Everybody's kind of doing well. Good damage output across the board. Holy crap, I didn't even realize that. So like right here, I would not... Oh boy. Oh, the double. That honestly, that was a sick usage of the mobility though. Good job. Seriously. Great. And that tank took 3 damage, it looked like. You're in a weird spot. I would try to get out the other way, then overextend your stay here. Now you have a duel. You win the duel. You win this. Nice. Okay. Hey, you know what? You won the ego duel. In the very end, you can be like, not my fault. Good job. Grenade from behind. So just to show a trend here for you, and I hope this is helpful. 1, I cannot believe you survived that much HP the whole time. Number 2, good positioning has led to good results for you. Bad positioning has led to very bad results for you. See the trend? You're aggressive when you're in good spots. You're not aggressive when you're in bad spots. You see why I'm very adamant about positioning for people in general? Is because gameplay gets so much better when you properly position yourself in the right spots. Okay? So, yeah, that was something I was thinking of recommending, and I wasn't quite sure yet. Of like kind of having your drone set up as a pre-escape. So like what I mean by that is like have your drone like up here, like when you're up on this high ground. So rather than have to do a reactionary drone, like, because you're not going to drone into their team most likely. You're going to probably go here. So having like pre-set up drones to kind of like the moment they engage you, you can disengage out if need be and end up in a good spot still. And then if they go for you up here, you can slingshot back, right? Things like that are definitely something to take into account for sure. So that is good advice. But of course, per usual, if no one clears you out on the high ground, you take advantage of that. Hi, Bucket Boy. To your question, no, I don't currently have, it's not required to be a sub for my reviews. We get a lot of submissions, so there's a chance that there's a good chance we don't get to a lot of the submissions, but we do not require subs to do that. Nope. Tries to clean himself now? I know. He always does that. I mean, right now you're doing everything. Outside of like having a good escape for yourself consistently, you're doing a pretty good job of like knowing how to play this. You are running out of steam though. I'm okay with that play. I feel like, now, would have I liked you to go high ground? Yes, but I think you were kind of you were getting away with that, so it was kind of one of those don't fix what isn't broken situations. So that's a weird one to call on how you should have played that. Surprised you went with Bastion here. With your team needing help on point, it would have been a little bit more advantageous to be back quicker. But it seems like it's going to work, so that's fine. Your Hog survived, so I can't be mad. Yeah, good job by your team surviving that. Good play. Now you're on Bastion. So, what rank are they? They're gold. Yeah. Now, obviously, they're going to lose this team fight because there's no way this is a 30-minute game. So, I assume what happens is your team gets too aggressive, someone gets picked off early, and then that's it. Usually what happens, you play too far up. I guess, like, basically in that situation, if you want to know the actual play, you all play up far up together, and you just try to get the kills. People get split decision on this one. I can assure you, if you were watching, like, a pro matchup, the first thing they would do after winning a team fight is just run in. So, are you asking if I am top 500? Yes. I mean, yes. That was a classic. Everybody had a different vision of how to win that team fight, and you all did something like separately. And then rather than work as a team, you lost a couple of 1v1s, and that was that. So that was a team effort, losing that team fight. Not sure why they're flaming your tank yet. I know there's an Orisa versus Hog, but like again, like it's not always as clear cut as, oh, if they have this here, you must swap as a tank. That would be a miserable tank experience. So it's more of like just playing around the cooldowns. Okay, here we go. Yep. Here we go. All right, you're in your favorite spot again. This part of the map, the classic. Okay. Now remember, the first time you do this is going to be wonderful. But you need to make sure that you are repositioning yourself properly after this. So don't end up there again unless like go up on the high ground, top right. Like go somewhere a little bit different. Like up top there where you were just looking, yeah. Like somewhere a little bit different. Oh, well. Get out of here now and rotate out through the window. Or play in this corner. This works too. This is good. See how this is a different room? Something different to worry about? Correct play. Only mistake you made there is you were so worried about the health pack. Let the Sojourn make the mistake of going in so you can right-click the Sojourn and probably get a kill. Instead, you right-click to the health pack, which means that at that point, I know I have like kind of an advantageous 1v1 against you. So just something to think about. All right, here we go, going up. Rocket barrage incoming. I'll be live for WCS, yes, 100%. I mean, target focus is there. You just missed a bunch of shots, which extended out how long you're here for. You can try to get to the right-hand side and then go under the... This is a toughie for you, yeah. Good play by their Moira. I saw the Moira fade to your right. Just good play. Nothing you can do about that. You kind of just missed your shots, which kind of slowed down your ability to get back, and that was really it. So I think tonight they will be showing the new hero in the new map, yes. I think that's what people have been saying, as they said it was today, so we'll see. Again, we don't know any details on when that will be, etc., but I think it is. All right, pop your ult, 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 pop your ult. Please, please, please. No, no, no. Okay, I want to talk about this in a second. Okay, now you're going to pop it. Yeah. So I wanted you to pop your ult on the flank because you have such a good angle right there that, like, rather than sit there and give them an opportunity to bring this back, you just get the kills. Like play that angle and just get your kills. Like you basically have, they're gonna be forced off point, and like then you can win the team fight. But instead you wait as long as possible, go to that corner and just do that. So, yep. Yeah, go under, just sit on the point. Correct play. Maybe get a kill or a trade. I mean, do not stagger yourself for too long. Remember, overtime spawns are longer. So. I don't know how to, like, analyze this one because you did a good job surviving, but, like, you staggered yourself so much that your team pretty much has lost this point. And, like, that's why it's always good just to reset and recover with your team. Yeah, so. Yep. Let's do this. right? Alright. Nothing's happening, that's why I have nothing to say. Okay. What's your play here?
Excavation initiation.
Off the top rope. All right, let's see how this goes. Good nano. Okay. Again, like, it feels like you have your default spots you go to no matter what the hero is. And like that, if you don't get nano there, you probably lose that. Remember, your ultimate is like this giant shockwave that goes all the way down like these long sight lines. Take advantage of that, okay? Like, take advantage of that play, right? So, what role do I usually play? I play all the roles, but tank's my strongest. All right, here we go. See how you're attacking. I feel like you're just not understanding that your ultimate has this like long shockwave that can basically clear out hallways like that. Like, this is where Venture shines when it comes to ultimates. Not like this map, but the area of ults. Like, you can get so many like really good damage kills, and it feels like you could have held second if you just use your ultimate in the way that like you would want to see it be used. Loving the more aggressive approach here. Okay, I don't know what the May's doing on. You have a tendency to go back and peel. I like when you take advantage of their bad positioning more than going back, like, not like them in your team, but like more like just killing their backline, like being annoying to their backline, always making them have to think about you. You know, I'll personally say that if I go up against a Venture that's constantly putting backline pressure, even like when the Venture isn't, I have to worry about that, and it kind of puts in the back of your mind of like, okay, I need to worry about like possibly this Venture ruining my backline, and that also adds an extra layer of decision making for their team. So, good start here for your team, by the way. Not mad about that. Good start. All right, just maneuvering around the map. There you go. Remember, you can shoot at the floor if you need to. Right idea with the Bastion. This is a weird team fight because I see what you're seeing, and you just kind of got to hope for the best in this matchup. Go for the May. May ice blocked out. Good job. Glad nobody helped you with that, so good thing you got him. That was a good job where the peel was good because they were all looking at you up front. Okay. You understand the ult better now? Good to know. Sometimes you miss the sleep and, you know, clutch moments. It happens. I've been there. Here's the backline pressure again. Okay, you are getting underneath as quick as you can. But Venture, they're a really good hero with survivability. So, okay, here's your ult. This is an ult that you're popping. Yep. You've gotten basically no value with that ultimate outside of like one kill. There's something to work on. I'm not saying that I get value with that ultimate either, but looks like you get kind of like slow down here, and it does look like this is where your team will lose. And that's that. So yeah, I mean, like to me, it came down to this. If you get to your spots and you get behind them, you know how to play the game. If you get stuck anywhere on the map, you don't know what to do and you sit there in this static. So I really want you to focus on your pathing when you're playing Venture. I want you to get to spots behind them. I want you to be more aggressive. I want you to put more pressure on their backline, all of that. If you can just be aggressive and put that pressure on them, you're going to have a much, much better spot than the kind of like half and half game you played. It felt like 15 minutes, you were fine. Right? And then the other 15 minutes. And then the other 15 minutes, you were, you know, figuring out where you should go. How do I play this? So think about the next level. If you're on Sierra, you know, have a cooldown out. Keep hitting your shots that way. When you're on Venture, look for flanks. Look for more opportunity on backline. You know, use the map to get to spots and then flank their backline and use your ultimate like down small hallways. If you do that, you're probably going to improve in general. Also, it comes out of map selection. Remember, like Circuit Royale is not the easiest map for Venture, and as you climb, it won't get any easier. So something to think about is like hero selection on maps. If you like playing Bastion more, I mean, Bastion would be better there than Venture on that map. So just start to think about that. Sierra, I mean, even more so because you played Sierra. So start thinking about hero selection. But if you do all that and you clean that up, you'll be fine. All right. But definitely need to work on some of the stuff that we just mentioned. So you got this. You absolutely got this. You like the video? Make sure to the like button, subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't, leave a comment. All that helps. You want to submit your own spectating? My Discord is where to do that. And if you want to watch another one of these spectators, click the link over here on the side. It's going to be a good one. With that being said, I hope you all have an amazing day/night.